Yay, welcome to your yoga practice. This class is going to be invigorating. So you need your blocks and your yoga mat, that's it. I do want you to pay attention to your side glutes. There is an element of balance, but I want you to think about the control so you're not rushing from pose to pose. It will be easier to fall out of it. So just take your time and stay with your breath, and I will try my best not to mix up the right and left sides because we will be rotating a little bit in a different way, so I'll try my best. So what we're gonna do, come into Warrior Two to the left side, and make sure your blocks are at the front and back of your mat. You'll see in a moment if it works. If it doesn't, you can just kick the other one out of the way as you're into it. If you have time, you might not even have time. But I put them on the edge to the side. Just make sure they're not falling off the mat because you'll start to fall over if they are. Okay, Warrior Two. And I just want you to feel the engagement of Warrior Two. So it's an open hip pose. So we're gonna play with the Ardha Chandrasana in different ways. So keep the openness of the hip, long arms. Stay with your breath, really sink into the position. And now push off, and you can bring the foot in, push off, bring the palm to the hip, and I've already ran out of space, into half moon. Okay, arm up. Now we're gonna do that rubber band effect, so you're really gonna work on that glute activation, strong leg, straight arm and leg. Now from this position, slowly pivot the right arm and leg out to the side, and then back up to half moon. So 2 for 2, and pivot out to the side, and pivot back up. Whew. It's balancing. Okay, now you're gonna pivot out to the side, and control and lower, switch the block to the right palm, and now you're gonna do the same thing. Lift the leg and arm, left leg and arm out to the side, and then pivot to half moon. See if you can get stacked, and then pivot out to the side, and pivot back. And you can do dorsiflexed or plantar flex, but just work on one. So I'm gonna stay with dorsiflex on this side. All right, now pivot out to the side, slow and control. Lower down, move the block over to the left, lift out to the side, and then pivot into half moon. Stand tall, and then from here, move the block, float the hand, and see if you can lift the arm a little bit higher, palm a little bit higher off the mat. Slowly bend the knee, step back. Flip the palm from Warrior Two to Peaceful Warrior. Breathe into that side body stretch. Straighten the leg. Take the hip with you, so really pull that hip. Really reach up and over. And windmill into Trikonasana. Reach the right arm overhead. Squeeze that right glute. Stay with your breath. And bend the knee. Warrior Two. Okay, now, so that you know what we're doing, you can keep the block there or not. Okay, let's go over toward the right side. And actually, I'm gonna move the block back because I did run out of space. It's actually a very narrow space in here. Okay, so sink low, try and keep that openness of the pelvis. Stay with your breath. Get lower, and now push off the back foot. And I know it's hard to feel where you are in space, but see if you can stack your arms and your shoulders, stack your hips. Now rubber band effect, pivot the arm and the leg out to the side, and really squeeze, straighten the arm, straighten the leg, and then pivot back. And again, pivot out to the side, and pivot back. And one more, pivot out to the side, squeeze, hold it, hold it, hold it. Slow and control, lower to that Uttanasana. Switch the block to your left palm, and then take the right leg and foot, arm out to the side, pivot to half moon, and pivot out to the side. Whew, I already dropped it. Let's do that again. So out to the side, pivot to half moon, work on the balance, and pivot out to the side. Really keep those legs straight, slow and control, lower. Switch the block to the right palm, and then rubber band, lift the leg, left leg and arm, and pivot to half moon. Now stay here, see if you can stay stacked, move the block, float the palm, and see if you can lengthen your top arm to the sky. So you're floating the bottom palm, try not to clench the toes, bend the knee, step back, peaceful warrior, and make sure you have a wide enough stance. Sink low, breathe into that side body stretch, open up, straighten the leg, reach from the hip joint, Trikonasana, and pivot the left arm overhead. Squeeze that left glute. And open up, warrior two. And release. Okay, that was a lot and lots of balance. So let's really open up the hips and a little bit of the shoulders after doing that. So bring your feet wide, knees bent, and make sure your fingers are facing out toward your knees, then turning in, because then your shoulders will turn in. I just want you to really shrug your shoulders, straight arms, and sink the pelvis, so you're opening up the groin. Can you get your tailbone down without arching your lower back? Now, that's a big ask, something I'm constantly working on. So just try it and see what comes to it. Slowly shift side to side. Keep pushing the thighs out, straight arms. Okay, now become still and rotate that left shoulder in, push the thighs out. Come back to center and rotate the right shoulder in, come back to center, rotate the left shoulder in, come back to center, right shoulder in, come back to center, sink a little bit lower. And now slowly straighten the legs. Place your palms on your hips, turn your big toes in, get tall, inhale. And now bring the arms out, and I want you to think about reaching past your toes. Inhale, and exhale to a flat back. And hold this, shift your weight toward your toes. You should feel your sit bones widening apart because you're activating your legs and your glutes. You could even check them out like I'm doing. And then shift your weight to your heels and to your toes, heels, toes. And now fold, reaching the fingers past the pinky toe. Maybe your head touches, maybe not, but try widening your stance, bringing your legs further apart. Keep shifting your weight toward your toes. Slide your palms underneath your shoulders into a flat back. Walk your palms over toward your right foot and fold. You can bring the elbow down if it's accessible, but I just want you to keep pulling your chest over toward the right leg. And maybe you're just reaching. This is good too. Play with variations. And keep shifting your weight toward your toes, not toward your heels, so you just get a little bit more length in the back of the legs, your hamstrings. You're also getting a lat stretch all through here. And switch to the other side. Reaching across, shifting your weight to your toes. Maybe the right forearm comes down, maybe not. And variations are really great to play with. So try what I'm instructing and then try another variation and see what changes. We're focusing a lot on the change, so see if it's feeling good or something comes up that you like or don't like, or you notice a change in your practice. Okay, come back to center. And now bring your feet a little bit closer together, palms on your hips. Draw yourself up to stand. Pivot toward the right for high lunge. Squeeze that left glute. Keep the right knee bent. Step your left foot to meet the right. Coming into Utkatasana chair pose. Sink low, arms in a V shape. And now lift the heels. Work on those toes. Bend the knees. Slowly lower, step the left foot back, pivot to your goddess, and now go over toward the left. So start with the high lunge, and you can just frame the head before you bring your arms wider. Okay, so stay with your breath, and slowly step the right foot to meet the left. So you want your feet and knees together. There's variations, but for this, feet and knees together. Arms wide, tailbone down. Lift the heels. Woof. Balance. Play with it. And now release and step back into your goddess. Goalpost arms. Sink low. Draw your tailbone down, bottom ribs in and down. Good. Sink a little bit deeper. Go for one more breath. And slowly straighten and heel toe your feet together. Stand tall. Squeeze the legs together. Squeeze the arms into the legs. Make sure your bottom ribs are in and down. And lift the toes. And just see how important your toes are. Going into that strong dorsiflexion. And then lift the heels. And slowly lower. Lift the toes. Woo. And your feet and legs are together on purpose. Your heels, one more time. Try and lift the toes. And now lift the heels. And lower down. And now give everything a big shake. Okay, so I'm sweating. I hope you guys were feeling all of that. Very energizing. We got a lot of balance. Hips, we got some shoulders in there, some feet. Play with this. See how this evolves, how it changes. And without any labels, see what comes up. Write it in your journal. Have fun. You can practice this again if you'd like. That would be a wild thing to do. I'll see you next time.